Hi, this is Mrs. Spitz. We're here with our lab gear today. So if you will make sure that you have your page 1.1b out, that's called the blue blocks and the corner piece. And we are going to be doing some work with the corner piece, all right? And the first thing we're gonna do, remember this is the multiplying corner piece, and we have our multipliers on the side and our multiplicand in the middle. So I want to do some of the yellow pieces today, all right? So in my composition book, I guess I'll write this since I didn't open it up first. Let me do this. So if you would go ahead and label your page with the lab gear. And the first problem that we're going to do here with the yellow material is 3 times 5. Just so that we get some practice with using the constants here. Remember, the yellow are the constants, they never change. So we're going to put 3 blocks out, and it doesn't matter if you put them on the top or the side. 3 times 5, that means I'm taking 5 3 times, so I'll go ahead and take 3 of these 5 bars, put that in there, okay? So 3 times 5, and that is what? 15. All right. And then we'll clear this off. And the second problem that I want to do is actually, remember, those are 2 variables that we have there. 2, so it's area, right? It's length times width is area. So now I want to do this problem, 4 times 2 times 2. So now I have 3 multipliers, which means I'm going to go into volume. So I'm going to have 2 times 2 times 4. All right, it doesn't matter which way I put these, but I'm going to take my 4 and put it on the side here. And if I had a choice, I would always pick my smaller number to put on the height, just because it's hard to make those little towers with these cubes stay in that little corner there, right? So I'm gonna go with volume on this one. So 2 times 2 times 4. So I'm gonna take 4 2 times first. Make a row of these. And then another row here. All right, and that's 2 dimensions, so I've got area, but now I'm going to add that 3 dimension, and I'm going to go up and build another row of 2s all across there. And the thing about doing the yellow material is you have to be careful they don't tumble on down, right? And I can pause the video if you guys need more time to make your volume there. Okay, so the answer to that one is, how many of these are there? Well, 2, 4, 6, 8 on the top, 8 on the bottom, so I have 16, right? I mean, you can obviously work those out in your head, but this is a way to show you how to do it. All right, so clear that off. And I want to make sure that you have your 1.1 blue block and corner piece paper. I'm going to move my composition book out of the way for a minute. We're going to do work on this. All right, we read through yesterday, we talked about x and y, right? We talked about when you multiply, and here's a 5x, right? So the 5 is taken x times, and remember we had this little 5x to show that. So today we're going to work on some of these little multiplication problems with the corner piece, all right? So we have 5 times x that we just did. So we're going to take a 5 bar times an x bar, and that makes a 5x, okay? So I'm going to have you look in this little pattern and see where other 5x's are, because this can be oriented in space, right? So here's a 5x. Doesn't look exactly straight, but it is 5x, so we're going to label that. And another one I see is down here. So there's 5x, okay? So I have 2 of them there. All right, so let's take that off of your corner piece. And our next one, we can check that off, is x times y, which is written xy. So you want an x and a y bar. And again, it doesn't matter which side you put them on. So we know that our xy bar will fit in there, piece fits in there, okay? So xy, where is another xy in here? Well, remember they can look differently on paper and in space. Here's an xy with the loopy y's, right? And here's one straight across. So we'll label those xy's, okay? Clear them. We'll check that off. Then C, we have x times x, which is written as x squared, all right? So we'll take an x and an x, and we will find our x squared. It's just like a square, right? And then let's look and see where an x squared is here. Yep, here it is. Okay, label that, clear this. All right, and we've done that. C, what's D? 5 times y, written 5y. All right, so I need a 5 bar, oops, and I need a y bar. Tumble over my pieces here. All right, that means y taken 5 times. Well, I could take 5 of these bars, right? But there is a shortcut. What's that shortcut? Yeah, the one where they put them all together, which is kind of nice. We can just use that whenever you have 5y or 5x, and get this guy out. Okay, so looking up here, we have the 5y here. And we have a 5y here. I'm just going to put it above it because it's getting kind of crowded in there. All right, thank you. Finish that. And then the last one here is y times y. All right, so 2 y's. This is the large square that I can get out. And we have y squared. And we only have one of them on our paper here. Fill that in. Now we have a couple of pieces we did not label, right? We have a few x bars. So we'll just label this x, and we'll label this x. And then we have a y bar. We'll label this guy y, and this one y. All right, do we get all of our pieces labeled? Yes. So the expression x squared is read x squared, or x to the power of 2, or 2 to the second power. It means x multiplied by itself. Explain why the word squared is used this way. So think about that for a moment. You may come up with your own version of why do they say squared, right? Well, I think I would put down, and you can put something related to this, any number or variable multiplied by itself forms a square. So it's a good word to use for that, right? Because you always have a square, okay? All right, and if we look at number 3 and 4, we see that we can substitute sometimes numbers for the variable. So if I have x equals 2, then 5 times x equals what? So if x is 2 and I have a 5 bar times 2, I'm going to have what? 10, right? Okay, so I'll have 10 here. And then if I have an x squared, right? If 2 is my equal to the x, if x squared is equal to 2, or x is equal to 2, I'm going to have a 2 squared there, right? So x squared becomes 2 squared, or 4 in that case. All right, and I'm going to leave that last one for you to work on your own, and that'll be a little challenge one because it includes some decimal work. I'm not going to do that right now. All right, so that's it for our lesson today. So I hope you enjoyed working with some of that lab material, and I'll see you again. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.